سعيد أبرك كمان أقسامي أكيد تعمبك مبرات نهي ميته أدي تكيفو جينمه كدا قدا سيني قحسا ثامته بريته نه بريته كه قدم كبلي كادو أمنا يفوك دي تكيفو لا يعيوه أنا ماي وهي كلا كتكادو كو إس دود ده يتم بريته كاكت ميته رعته تنيمي إس كك يه أهيو كاكتيكا ككيته يا كاي لكبت تينا توي إس بريته كحتمي كدا من يتكم تاهر
أنا أحدي كبابوي كبلي صابوري وردا هواس فانتاني.
Ahadi, age 35 and mother of 4 children, lives in this village in Ethiopia. Her husband is a farmer. She has done only 4 years of rural schooling and never left her village. But she is now Ethiopia's first woman barefoot solar engineer. She has not only solar electrified all the 90 houses in her village, but she has also established a rural electronic workshop where she repairs and maintains problems on the spot, ensuring that all the solar lights work in her village. Sounds technically impossible? It's never been done before anywhere in the world. It all started in September 2004 when a government delegation of 2 governors with senior officials came from Ethiopia to the Barefoot College based in Thilonia, a village in Rajasthan, India. They included His Excellency Ato Yaragel Ayashesham, His Excellency Ato Ismail Alasiero.
This college is only for the poor. When I say only for the poor, whatever the poor think is important is in this college.
Okay, will you provide a certificate for the children who are learning during the night?
No certificate.
You don't provide.
This is the rule, no certificate. We will make him into a teacher, but he will not get a certificate. Community feels that this person is good. Why do I need a certificate to prove he or she is good? But I want him to stay in the village, work for the village, has stakes in the village, roots in the village, and provide a service to the village. And whatever you see in this college has been built by this man. And he still only writes his signature, that's all.
The Barefoot College in India believes that paper qualifications are not required to produce tangible results on the ground. Practical experience and skills with your hands is enough.
Namaste.
Namaste. Like salam.
Salam. Salam alaikum.
Salam.
Salam alaikum. So she learnt about computers and now she's training other women how to use the computer.
Anyone from any remote village in the world can be trained to be a solar and water engineer.
Mr. More is from Sierra Leone. And how many months here?
4 months. No energy source in Sierra Leone. So we want the solar to dominate everywhere. Presently, I'm eager. I want to go to show people what I've acquired in Barefoot College.
So, More, you are very concerned that you want a degree, you want a certificate. Do you want a certificate from me?
Yes.
They came to the Barefoot College because they had heard that simple, demystified solutions for poor communities existed here, and they wanted to see for themselves. A Thilonia declaration was signed at the end of their 4-day visit.
The group mandated the UNDP Ethiopia to consult the 4 regions and the Barefoot College India to prepare proposals inter alia in the areas of solar electrification and rooftop rainwater harvesting in schools and implement the following decisions.
The regions to be solar electrified in Ethiopia were Gambela, Benishangul Gumuz, Afar, and Somali. It was decided that a group of 34 men and women of all ages from 20 to 40 years old with educational qualifications ranging from no formal schooling to class 10 would come to Thilonia to be trained as solar and water engineers.
My name is Fatima Kabale Abayahle Warada Durti.
أحاديك إنه عفر كل اللي كميته قبل سابوري وردا حواس فانتالي.
They went in 2 batches for a period of 6 months, each over March to December 2005. This was the first time any of them had ever left their country. They were young and old people from villages selected to be trained as solar and water engineers.
Transistor, Badkor, Transformer, capacitor,
Diode,
Transistor, capacitor, base, primary.
VCB lamp. Okay?
Over the 6 months, they were there through sign language and patience. They learned how to assemble a sophisticated printed circuit board for the charge controller, to fit the housing, to fit the tube, to connect the tube to the battery and the battery to the panel through the charge controller. They learned how to angle the panels to receive the maximum hours of sunlight. They learned how to make a solar cooker. They learned how to fabricate inverters for a solar panel and how to make things right when they went wrong. During their time in Thilonia, they learned to adjust to a culture that they were completely unused to. The food was different. The clothes they were required to wear were different. The houses were different. And the language and the religion was different.
Namaste Ram Ram, okay. Namaste Ram Ram, ठीक बहुत अच्छा चलो चलो उधर खाना खाना
They made new friends. As teachers, they had their peers from villages in India who also had not passed high school, who were in turn from poor families, who taught them to be self-sufficient in their needs for energy, for lighting and cooking.
73.6 series connection 48 volt, one panel 12 volt, 12 volt, ampere 4 ampere, one panel.
They learnt about rooftop rainwater harvesting structures and constructed them in schools.
India bodacha, Ethiopia bodacha, work in Ethiopia.
Same, same.
Same, same.
Same, same.
They packed the solar units marked for their villages in India, and then they returned to Ethiopia in October 2005. The equipment took long to arrive by sea. But by May 2006, all the equipment had arrived and been distributed in all the 19 villages in the 4 regions. Literally, within days of the equipment arriving in their villages, the Barefoot engineers solar electrified each house in their village or kabele. They set up a rural electronic workshop first, so that any repair or maintenance could be done on the spot.
Hawat Abdurrahman, solar system.
My name is Rakib Ramadan. Solar system work. Fazgo, place.
ጥሩ ዘፈን እነሱ እንደመጡ ሁለት ቀን ዘፈንን እኛ
ኦኬ
ልክ ልጆቻችን እንደመጡ
ኦኬ
Fasiko is a 25-kilometer walk from the highway at Asosa. It is a kabele, a village of around 40 houses. Fasiko, like all of rural Ethiopia, is not connected to a grid. There are no diesel generator sets in the larger towns, no kerosene or oil lamps, or lanterns for lighting. Here, people are dependent on fuel wood and fire to light their small homes made of thatch. Firewood is their only source of energy for light and for heat. People are dependent on animal husbandry for their existence: cows, sheep, and goats. There is no industry, no running water, and no other source of income. This is the story of a large number of villages in Ethiopia.
Now, the Barefoot College and that trained people now, they are installing solar energy in 2 local communities, and near future that community will benefit from this solar energy. There is no need of going to college, university. You see, so for local knowledge, for local thing, we can exercise the God-gifted knowledge. The women are the main beneficiaries from these solar energies. The approach is very good because it is participatory. The people themselves select the trainees. See if it is selected by different authorities and it will not appreciated by the local community. And that expert also not solves the problem because, for example, it solves the language barrier, the culture barrier, and also sense of belongingness for that the community. So I think in selection, the involvement of the community, in the participation of the community is very important in selecting the trainees from that local.
And easily met by the locally trained Barefoot engineers. The life of the solar panel is 25 years. The batteries have to be changed every 5 years. This project has been unique in more ways than one. With 16 women who ordinarily would not do more than domestic chores, were now technically trained and qualified to not only solar electrify their villages, but also repair, maintain and train other women to do the same.
قدام ده إني تدرس هي بولا أكابيل عندنا تبرسم فلا.
The entire process has empowered communities who, from having no access to energy sources at all, are now managing sophisticated solar photovoltaic technology with ease. This is a unique experiment, one that includes the will of federal and regional governments, international agencies, and poor rural communities coming together. The uniqueness was that no feasibility studies were carried out and no consultants were hired, both usually costing thousands of dollars. It began with a simple declaration and an agreement from all parties to stand by it. This agreement was honored.
I'm very impressed with this project. You know, it is my objective that the growth that our countries make must be brought to bear on the lives of ordinary people. And I see this happening in this community, which makes me very happy.
የሚሰራው ድርጅት ኮሌጅ ራሱ እዚህ በመስራቱ እርሶ በማየቱ ደስተኛ ነን። የህንድ መንግስትና የህንድ የኮሌጅ ድርጅቱ ያደረገልን አሁን ብቻ ሳይሆን ከጅምሩ በዚህ ደረጃ እንድንገባ ያደረገልን በመሆኑ በኢትዮጵያ ህዝብና በአፋር ህዝብ ስም በመንግስታችን ስም ልናመሰግናችሁ እንወዳለን።
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. I would like to thank UNDP and Barefoot College for bringing alive the ambition of two governments.
If there is to be a future for the world's poor and the governments of the world's poor, then this surely must be one solution. The only solutions are the simple ones, that the poor people develop themselves and eventually own it.